Hi, Pharmacist Roman here, and it's time to show you my experiment and the results. I've talked and talked about it, but now it's actually to show you what has happened. So I'm going to make this about 5 minutes. So I'm going to start my iPhone, so I won't keep you on for too long. So this is day number 1, and these are the values that I had. Now you'll notice that my day number 1 does not start with breakfast. What it does start with is the nighttime. I actually started it the day before, but because I didn't have 24 hours worth of data, I didn't get a graph. So the nice thing about this reporting program called LibreView, it gives me a nice graph. And what I did was I kept my wife's cell phone outside the bedroom because remember, no devices or television in the bedroom for better sleep. And the sensor sent my readings from my sensor to my cell phone, my wife's cell phone, using Bluetooth. And so it sends it every minute. So you get a really good idea what your blood sugar is like. This is why it's called real-time continuous blood glucose monitoring. Now you want your blood sugar between 4 and 10. So that's the bluish area there. Now, if you notice, my blood sugar was less than 4 between 3 and 5 a.m., which is those red little squares there. So this is known, any blood sugar below 4 millimoles per liter is known as hypoglycemia. I was completely unaware of it. I didn't have a clue. However, I just shifted the slide. Let's go back there. Coming back. Okay, that technical problem. All right, we'll continue. Now, what happened was my sympathetic nervous system, that's the fight or flight system, had to be activated to increase my low blood sugar so it'd come up to a normal level. The problem is this worsened my sleep because in order to sleep, you need the opposite system, the parasympathetic nervous system. This is the rest or digest system to be activated. So I had a worse sleep and I was not aware of it. And I wasn't aware of it for a few days until I uploaded my readings to the LibreView site for healthcare professionals. Now let's start talking about my whole food plant-based diet. I had my typical breakfast, 2 cups of oat groats, a quarter cup of soybeans, a quarter cup of some other bean, not too sure what it was because I didn't take the picture quite well enough, and raw kale. Now, you're going to be seeing why raw kale and why did you do it? Because there's a dietitian by the name of Brenda Davis, and she recommends greens at each meal. So I also had a half a cup of mango and a half a cup of mixed berries, a tablespoon of peanut butter, and 1 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar to slow down the absorption of my food, and a 16th teaspoon of salt. My supplements were 2 vitamin D, 1,000 international units, and fish oil, 1,000 milligrams for the omega-3 fatty acids. I know that vegans are watching this video and are upset, but the cost of algae omega-3 is expensive. Now, I felt hungry after breakfast and I had a handful of nuts. It's a little strange because I just had breakfast and I was already snacking. I don't understand this, but I have to ask a dietitian about this observation. And I was able to put notes on the app. You see right over here, it says handful of peanuts, which is great with this app because you put notes all over the place so that way you can remember what happened. My lunch was a grain bowl with 2 cups of quinoa, half a cup of kidney beans, vegetables that were microwaved. I microwaved the vegetables because the raw vegetables are too hard for me to digest. I cook them for a minute and a half and find it a lot easier to digest. I also had an apple, 3 tablespoons of mixed nuts, and a potato. Again, my blood sugar was fine. Supper was pinto beans and oat groats. It should have been rice, but I mixed up the mason jars in the fridge. When I had seconds, I made sure I had the pinto beans with rice. Oh well, life happens. I had 2 green beans, a piece of squash, a cabbage, coleslaw, salad, and 2 pinto beans. Again, my blood sugar was fine. So that was it for day 1. So let's go to day 2. So again, think this is a piece of cake. pun intended. However, I woke up twice to urinate that night and had low blood sugar. The first low, I did nothing. My body compensated by and increased my blood sugar. The second time, I had a handful of peanuts. It took me a while to fall asleep. When you eat, cortisol is secreted, and unfortunately, that can keep you awake. At this point, I was wondering if my night urination had anything to do with blood sugar. So that's about 5 minutes. So I'm going to have to stop there, and I'll continue day 2 for the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.